Coming up on Good Morning Longhorns, the government shutdown came to an end last Wednesday. What we know.
'Tis the season for some Longhorn lights. We're recapping the on-campus light show for the holiday season.
Many wins and losses last weekend for the Longhorns. We're recapping all things UT sports.
Our TSTV reporters covered the Texas Tribune Fest last weekend. More on the speakers and panels.
And finally, we're tapering candles just in time for Thanksgiving. All this and more coming up right here, right now on Good Morning Longhorns. Good morning, Longhorns. For this Wednesday, November 19th, I'm Ella Denena.
And I'm Coco Kennedy. Thanks for joining us this morning. How are you doing this week, Ella?
I'm good. It's the last show.
It is the last show. I'm a little sentimental about it.
I know. Is this the last time we're anchoring together?
This might be. Oh gosh, one for the books. Let's make it worth it.
The federal government reopened Wednesday night after President Trump signed the funding bill passed by Congress, ending the record 43-day shutdown. The bill was passed by the House in a 222 to 209 vote and funds most agencies through January. The shutdown originally started over a dispute about whether to extend funding for healthcare subsidies under the Affordable Care Act. However, things may not return to normal right away. Air travel could remain slow and SNAP benefits may take time to get back to regular schedules. Federal workers who were furloughed or working without pay will receive back pay, and notices sent during the shutdown are being reversed.
The Austin Police Chief Lisa Davis visited UT yesterday for a discussion on politics and public safety. She talked about how the city's fast growth is putting new demands on officers and why building trust within the community is a key part of her approach. Davis also shared how her years leading big investigative units in Cincinnati shaped the way she handles crime and public safety here in Austin. This event gave students a clear look at what she's focused on as the city continues to grow and change.
Austin ISD has released a new plan to close 10 schools before next year, a move the district says is necessary to addressing declining enrollment and growing debt. The Board of Trustees is set to vote on the plan on November 20th. The proposal includes shutting down 8 elementary schools and 2 middle schools. The district has delayed a separate vote on closing 3 other elementary campuses and on district-wide attendance zone changes until next year. If approved, nearly 4,000 students would be reassigned and over 6,000 empty seats will be eliminated.
It's International Education Week here at UT. This week is all about highlighting global experiences on campus, from international students and faculty to study abroad programs and research happening around the world. UT is inviting different colleges, departments, and student groups to join in by putting on events that showcase their international work. Those can be in-person, virtual, or hybrid, and be anything from cultural demos to panel talks. For more information, visit Texas Global.
Tuesday's Pizza and Politics event gathered students in the LBJ conference room. The 2 guest speakers, Dr. Ross Hunt and Dr. Sergio Garcia Rios, were asked questions by the moderator about voting trends between different races, genders, and ages, as well as what early signs are saying for the 2026 election, and what to expect from different candidates.
What did move the Hispanic Latino vote all across the United States of America, but especially in South Texas, was 2 issues: immigration and the economy.
After the talk, there was a Q&A where students could ask their own questions about politics. This event is held once a month, so if you're interested, keep an eye out for the next meeting.
Last Tuesday, the Jester West Residence Hall re-implemented the P3 program. The P3 program, known as the Period Products Program, provides free period products to residents. The program was previously shut down by the University Housing and Dining Organization. The Jester West Hall Council voted to re-implement it. Stations with period products can be found in every women's community bathroom at Jester West. The program aims to build a more supportive and accessible community on campus.
A new trailhead opened on Saturday at the Violet Crown Trail near Zilker Park. The Hill Country Conservancy hosted a ribbon cutting ceremony with the Austin Parks and Recreation Department. The trailhead, called Mile Zero, is complete with a new archway, benches, and a butterfly pavilion. Mayor Kirk Watson also attended the ceremony and voiced his optimism for the future of Austin trails. The HCC hopes to extend the 13-mile trail to be around 30 miles in the future.
And a sad day for coin collectors and penny lovers everywhere. The U.S. officially ended the production of the penny last week. The 1-cent coins were introduced in 1793, but between inflation and minting costs have since become worthless. According to AP News, billions of pennies are still in circulation and will remain valid. U.S. Treasurer Brandon Beach says this decision will save Americans $56 million.
And this Thursday, the Moody College of Communication is hosting Popcorn and Pups from 11 to 1. The event will be held at the first floor Student Success Suite in the Dealey Center for New Media. Popcorn and Pups is meant for students to unwind, de-stress, and take a break from their classes as they head into the last few weeks of the semester. The event will have treats and therapy dogs for students to take a mid-class break from their day.
The Longhorns lights were illuminated last night at the South Mall. This is a third annual lighting, first starting in 2023. Special guests and student organizations appeared during the tree lighting ceremony. The annual holiday light show will be made up of 9 miles of orange and white twinkling lights. Holiday treats and cheer will be available for all.
Joe's Coffee, an Austin-based coffee chain, opened a new location in West Campus this past week. Founded in 1999, Joe's is known for their pastries, sandwiches, breakfast tacos, and of course, coffee. This location has indoor and outdoor seating, as well as a walk-up window for quick orders. The new location also features a new special Longhorn latte. Joe's is one of the most popular coffee shops in Austin, and the university is very central to the city, so this new location is a great way to see 2 of Austin's iconic spots.
Coming up, we have 2 more game days at DKR, so hopefully the weather is just right. Your local forecast is next.
Still feels like summer. Hopefully it cools down soon, especially for the next 2 home games.
Here to tell us more in the Weather Center is Lola Rodriguez. Good morning, Lola.
Good morning. We may have lost a bit of those cooler fall temperatures, but it looks like we're slowly starting to head back in that direction. Today we have a high of 84 and low of 72 degrees with partly cloudy skies. Moving into Thursday, we have a high of 77 and a low of 68 degrees with some sprinkled showers throughout the day. Friday is pretty similar, but a little cooler with the same high and a low of 64 degrees with scattered rain. Looking to Saturday, there's some rain expected in the early morning, but clears up to partly cloudy in the afternoon, just in time for that game against Arkansas with a low of 59 degrees and high of 75 degrees. Finally, Sunday, it looks like those cloudy skies and rain come back with a high of 70 and low of 55 degrees. But at least the weather is cooling down for fall break. That's all I have in the Weather Center. I'm Lola Rodriguez. Back to you guys.
Moving to sports, Texas lost to Georgia this week 35-10. This is their 3rd straight loss to the Bulldogs. In the 4th quarter, they outscored the Longhorns 21-0, which turned what could have been a close 14-10 score into a 25-point deficit. Arch Manning completed 27 of his 43 passes for 251 yards, 1 touchdown, and 1 interception in the loss. This was Texas's 3rd loss of the season, making them 7-3. They dropped from number 10 to number 17 in the AP poll. Their playoff hopes are in peril with only 2 regular season games remaining. They play Arkansas and Texas A&M, who's number 3 in the nation. It's very unlikely for the Longhorns to make the playoffs as a number 1 3 team has never done so. Texas's next game is Saturday at 2:30 against an unranked Arkansas at home in DKR.
Women's basketball is also doing well and just beat Texas Southern 111-45. 6 players recorded double digits: Aliyah Crump, Madison Booker, Taya Sidebury, Kyle Oldacre, Justice Carlton, and Jordan Lee. Rory Harmon is now 26 assists away from surpassing the program record as the team improved to 4-0 on the season. The team has won 28 straight games at Moody Center. Their next home game is tonight against James Madison at 7 p.m.
The Hook'em Horns hand symbol just celebrated its 70th anniversary on November 11th. The tradition began in 1955 when the head cheerleader, Harley Clark, declared it as the official hand sign for UT pep rallies right before a football game against TCU. The hook'em horns hand symbol is meant to approximate the shape of the head and the horns of Bevo. As of today, the hand sign symbolizes the unity of students, alumni, and anyone who's a Texas fan to show their support for our school.
Last night, the Office of the Dean of Students hosted an early screening for Wicked for Good at Hogg Auditorium. The movie is set to come out in theaters this Friday, but UT students got special early access. Many students lined up to get good seats at the exclusive screening, and several students were dressed on theme in their best Glinda and Elphaba-themed attire. The event had free merch, drinks, cookies, and snacks, a photo booth, and a costume contest for students who attended to enjoy.
And on Thursday, the Singapore premiere of Wicked for Good took place. As co-stars Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo entered, a man rushed the carpet and jumped on Ariana Grande, attempting to grab her. Erivo quickly inserted herself between Grande and the man and yelled at him, beating security to the scene. This man was quickly identified as Johnson Wynn, who goes by Pajama Man on social media. He's known for crashing celebrity events. In June, he jumped on stage during a Katy Perry concert, and in August, he did the same at a concert by The Weeknd. Wynn pleaded guilty to a charge of being a public nuisance and will be facing 9 days in jail.
Glenn Powell finally made it. He hosted Saturday Night Live for the first time this weekend. He opened his monologue by explaining he was first invited to host 4 years ago during the Top Gun Maverick press run, but that episode was canceled when the movie's release was delayed during the pandemic. He also shared that UPS driver showed up at the exact moment he got that original call, and Powell brought him on stage 4 years later. After the monologue, Powell jumped into a range of sketches. He even shouted out Austin while talking about his early acting days.
Last week, Billie Eilish made her Moody Center debut with 2 sold-out shows on November 13th and 14th during her Hit Me Hard and Soft tour, with Austin being her only stop in Texas. Opening night was indie pop band Men I Trust before Eilish hit the stage. The setlist included performances of songs from her latest album as well as older songs including Bad Guy, Ocean Eyes, and Everything I Wanted. Eilish also performed a live cover of the jazz classic Cry Me a River by Ella Fitzgerald on Thursday. Netflix House had its first opening in Philadelphia on November 12th. Netflix House is an entertainment venue where fans can engage with their favorite shows and movies through in-person experiences. One of the current featured experiences has a series of games and rides based on the hit show Wednesday. The site also has VR games, a theater, and mini golf with various shows as options to engage with. There's also a restaurant called Netflix Bites with menu items themed around popular Netflix shows. The next location will be opening close to home at the Galleria Dallas Mall on December 11th.
After the break, we're recapping the Texas Tribune Festival. From the panels to networking events, don't go anywhere. Welcome back. The annual Texas Tribune Festival took place in downtown Austin, attracting many politicians, activists, and other celebrities in a variety of events and panels.
This included a slew of candidates for statewide office, including governor, Texas Attorney General, and the state Senate seat. On Thursday, the Democratic contenders for Texas governor discussed their platforms ahead of the 2026 election. State Representative from Austin, Gina Hinojosa, and entrepreneur Andrew White addressed the affordability crisis, reproductive rights, and immigration. Rep. Hinojosa says her first task, if elected, would be to end the corruption of the Abbott administration, while White says he will first fund pre-K for Texas children. Both intend to increase teachers' salaries, which Hinojosa says she will accomplish by reallocating tax dollars, while White says he will legalize sports betting and gambling.
The upcoming Senate race also received some attention during TribFest. James Tallarico and Colin Allred, 2 prominent Democratic candidates for Senate, spoke at the festival on 2 separate panels. During Colin Allred's talk, he openly criticized Tallarico for accepting donations from Miriam Adelson, a Trump mega donor, according to the Texas Tribune. Both candidates also criticized a small group of Democrats who defected from the party in reopening the government without securing extensions for healthcare subsidies. Subsidies which, if they expire, could result in higher premiums for millions of Americans.
4 running for Texas Attorney General also made appearances this weekend. Democrats Joe Jaworski, a former Galveston mayor, and Texas Senator Nathan Johnson both emphasized a need for the Democrats to meet the moment. They insist the Republican hold on Texas is weakening and that the Democrats now need to present a candidate that can restore integrity to the office.
I really would like to turn the General's office into something that works for the people rather than one that is trying to get headlines to advance one political party's now very, very tenuous hold on this state.
While both Democrats ran on accountability, there was a stark contrast between the 2 Republican candidates on the field. While State Senator Joan Huffman boasted her loyalty to traditional conservative values and promised to uphold a conservative budget, her opponent, former DOJ prosecutor Aaron Reitz, played up his past support from President Donald Trump and incumbent Texas AG Ken Paxton.
Jose Garza will be target number 1 when I'm elected Attorney General. At the same time, Sean Tier in Harris County, 2 of the most crooked and corrupt and pro-criminal district attorneys in the United States of America. I will seek their removal almost immediately when I take office.
Also at TribFest this weekend, Austin Mayor Kirk Watson touched on affordability and challenges facing the city of Austin. This comes after residents overwhelmingly voted against the property tax hike Prop Q. Watson says this signals residents valuing affordability and promises the city will be more transparent and efficient with how it manages its tax dollars.
We have to make sure that if the county is spending money on X and we're also spending money on X, we figure out we both need to be spending money on X, and how do we do that the right way?
Watson added he wants the city to work closely with other localities like Travis County to reduce redundant spending while still giving public services like parks and libraries the funding they need. TribFest also brought a familiar face back to Austin as former UT President Jay Hartzell sat down for a one-on-one. He talked about his move to SMU, looking back at his time at UT, and was asked whether or not he would sign President Trump's compact. Our Anish Tiwari brings us more from the panel.
A packed crowd was in attendance at the Texas Tribune Festival to hear from former UT President Jay Hartzell, who held top position in the tower for 5 years before stepping down and becoming president at Southern Methodist University earlier this June. In one of the most anticipated topics of the hour-long session, Hartzell was asked if he would sign President Trump's higher ed funding compact. His reply, he says he hasn't looked close enough at the terms to have a stance.
I went to the dentist, got my blood pressure taken after I had made the change, and I was 115/73. And at UT, pre-protest, I was 140/90. So all this kind of compact, all that stuff,
I don't know, leave
okay.
UT, lower your blood pressure.
8 out of 9 universities who were sent the compact have rejected it. UT is the only one who has not yet announced its decision. Hartzell was also asked about UT's handling of pro-Palestine protests in April of 2024. Looking back, he stands behind his decision to send police to stop the encampment on the South Mall.
Could we have communicated better about it? I think so. But if you go back to the decision itself about do you let students take over the main mall and build an encampment?
You think it was the right call?
I think that was the right call.
Yeah.
At the end of the session, the floor was open to audience questions. UT senior Spencer Terry, who is a member of University Democrats, asked a follow-up to Hartzell's answer on the protests. Terry said he believed it was important for Hartzell to hear from a student about the issue.
And I feel like that just had to be addressed, like at least just, from a student. It was important enough to not just let them have a pass on it and not be challenged.
For TSTV News, I'm Anish Tiwari.
To read more from Hartzell's sessions, head to tstvnews.com for the web story.
One of the most interesting parts of the Texas Tribune Festival is the crowd it attracts, typically high-profile crowds full of leaders in government, media, and academics. The annual festival normally draws crowds of over 4,000. Our Shreya Vaidyanathan went to the festival and asked a few attendees what their favorite session was this past weekend.
My favorite session this weekend was the Generation Next session. It was incredible to listen to young leaders and people who are platforming young leaders build a stronger political future for us here in Texas and all across the country by getting young people more and more engaged in the political process and involved themselves by running for office and being political staff.
Hi, I'm Shreya Vaidyanathan with TSTV News, and this past weekend we attended the Texas Tribune Festival here in Austin and asked attendees what their favorite session was of the weekend. My personal favorite was Governor Tim Walz on Friday. Let's hear from them.
My favorite session was Can Public Broadcasting Survive? I thought it was really interesting because it showed a lot of details about how public broadcasting works in America, and also in that nuance gave some reason for optimism.
My favorite session was Is the Media Meeting the Moment? I am actually here from Indianapolis and have helped start a new nonprofit newsroom, and so learning from the Trib how you convene people and how we build a better media system.
My favorite session so far has been seeing or hearing John Mulaney speak. Not someone I would have expected to see at a festival dedicated to policy and politics in the state of Texas, but super interesting and really fun to hear him talk about all the good times he's had here in Texas, but also just what it means to be a creative in a complicated time.
After the break, we're decorating some fall candles just in time for Thanksgiving. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. We're joined in the studio this morning by our Shreya Vaidyanathan, who will be showing us one of her favorite fall crafts. Good morning, Shreya. Good morning, y'all. Excited to be here. Oh. So this fall season, I've been trying to stay off my screens and do more, kid activities. Yes. So I've been really into decorating for the fall season too. And thanks to Awesome DIY Studio, we're doing both at the same time, and we're decorating taper candles.
I'm so excited to do this. I've been seeing these all over cute little boutiques, and I'm excited to create my own.
I know, they're literally perfect. So here I have a couple finished examples for y'all to reference. So this one has acorns on it.
Beautiful.
And then this one has fall foliage vibes. Did you make
I
these?
want these.
No, my boss made them. But I finished this one up. They're gorgeous. Wait, so do you work at Awesome DIY Studio? I do. Okay. Yeah, and I love it. I'm a programming assistant. So basically, for these ones, we used wax pens. Okay. And it's literally just it comes out like paint, I can show you. But basically you just squeeze it out and it comes out like that, and then y'all can do whatever design you want. And it's wet when you first put it on, but then it's kind of turns tacky over time. Cool. So that's cute. And then here we go.
Thank you.
And then I also have a couple bows pre-made.
Fun.
Yeah, because ones with the candles with bows on them are some of my favorite, and so you often like stick those on there, and then I have wax strips too, so you can make your own hearts or bows or whatever.
Do we just grab a pen and get started?
Literally just go ahead. Yeah.
Okay.
Is this glitter? Yeah. Some of them are glittery.
I
got,
this
like,
little pinkish color.
I got like mostly fall colors.
Yeah.
I feel like those would be the vibes.
I like have been thinking about what I'm gonna put on my candle this whole time, and I can't really decide. So I think I'm just gonna do.
Do you need help brainstorming?
Yeah. What do you think? What's a good easy thing to paint onto a taper candle?
I think you can do stripes.
Stripes.
Or like polka dots would be so cute.
Ooh, maybe I'll do
easy.
some multicolored polka dots because that's fun and easy.
Okay. Maybe use this one.
Okay.
So, what are you guys doing for Thanksgiving?
I will be going home on Sunday after the game because I can't miss this game, and I'm going to in the morning visit my mom's side of the family, so my grandparents, and then I'll be at my aunt and uncle's for my other side of the family. So I can see both. What about
Where's
you?
home for you?
My home is Los Angeles, so I'll be kind of going around the coast, visiting my grandparents there.
I'm jealous. That sounds so fun.
Yeah. What about you?
Going back to Houston.
Nice.
See my grandparents and siblings and stuff, so it'll be fun.
What about you, Shreya?
I'm going home. I'm really excited because I haven't been home since August, like since I left for school.
Neither have I. Yeah, same. I miss home.
I miss it so much. And also, I'm from Philly, and I just like need the humidity here and the warmth.
Yeah.
The fact that it was 80 degrees when I left
Crazy.
my house this morning. Insane.
That looks so
Can you see
good,
that?
Ella.
Can you see that? Please, these are looking gorgeous.
I'm gonna switch to orange. I have like this little pink polka dots. I'm gonna like do multicolor.
Oh, I like that. I like that color.
I really do
A
too.
lot.
It's fun.
Yeah. Have you guys ever done those like candles where you heat them up and twist them?
No, like you can craft how it looks.
Like they like heat up the whole candle and literally twist it so it becomes like a cool shape. This is such a good color. That was a really good pick. Yeah. These candles are like perfect too because obviously it's a fun little activity, but then also you can put them at your place settings during Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And like
I have a Friendsgiving on Friday, and I'm definitely gonna use this.
God, that makes me so happy.
I kind of want to make more.
Wait, that looks really good.
All right, well, that's all we have time for today, this Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us, Shreya, and thank you guys for joining us. I'm Coco Kennedy.
And I'm Ella Denena. This is our last show of the semester, so we'll see you back here after the new year. For Campus First News, you can follow us on Instagram at Good Morning Longhorns and check out our website at tstvnews.com.
Welcome.